For our appeal does not spring from error or uncleanness, nor is it made with guile. But just as we have been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, so we speak, not to please men, but to please God, who tests our hearts. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. People tend to be insecure creatures. As a rule, we place a high priority on the approval of those around us. We want people to like how we dress. We want people to like how we act. We want people to like how we speak and what we say. The opinions of others matter a great deal to us. One need only wander briefly across any social media platform to see how true this is. Social media caters to our insecurities, encouraging people to go jonesing for signs of approval and affirmation. People chase likes and anonymous friends, hoping others will like whatever comment or photo they share. People worry what they post online is not popular. People proclaim great upset and outrage if someone says something critical about what they share online. Many, perhaps too many, style themselves influencers, actively seeking to make a living by persuading others to buy this or that product, or to engage in this or that lifestyle choice, not all of which are good or healthy, and which certainly are not moral. Yet a moment's thought reveals how silly and superficial such thinking is. Popularity has never been an arbiter of truth, and it certainly is not a yardstick for righteousness. Can the condemnations of 1,000 nameless and faceless souls online make any comment either more or less true, or more or less righteous? No. Are we assured of having captured the rightness of any position if we garner hundreds and even thousands of likes for what we say online? No. Do we draw at all closer to God if we are able to bask in the affirmation of others, be they on a social media platform or even in our neighborhood church? No. If anything, we draw closer to God when mortal man rejects what we say and do, either online or off. If anything, we are more likely to capture the essential rightness of any position the more people look to demonize and denigrate that position. If anything, our commentary is more likely to be true and righteous the more it is condemned by others. As with so many things, these are easy principles to say. They are quite a bit harder to live. Nobody enjoys being mocked by others. Online or off, people's hateful words hurt. I know I do not like seeing my comments vilified or insulted. It's never fun to be targeted by the hate merchants who seem to be everywhere these days. Like most other people, I would love to have a massive following. I would be beyond thrilled to know that thousands of people hang on my every word. Like most other people, I do desire the affirmation and approval of my fellow human beings. I have to remind myself daily that the approval of others does not make anything I say true. Their kind words are gratifying, but they do not make anything I say right. Their support is reassuring, but that support does not put my thoughts or ideas on the side of angels. That doesn't mean I am dismissive of compliments when I do get them. Quite the contrary, I cherish them greatly and give thanks for each and every one of them. It does mean that I put aside such concerns when I decide what to say and how to say it. My goal is to speak the truth in all things. That means that if I am commenting on various news events, I take care to speak from a factual basis. I do not merely make up a narrative which appeals to me. If I am commenting on anything pertaining to God, I take care to ground what I say in God's Word. Whatever I say, I know I must support with facts, with evidence, and with data. But that does not make me automatically right. I am human, therefore imperfect, and I do get things wrong. I misinterpret. I misunderstand. I miss the mark. I don't know everything, and I certainly do not understand everything. Every day, I remind myself of that, and hope I manage to avoid sounding like a self-righteous buffoon. Will people like what I say? Some will, and some won't. Some will have hurtful, hateful, and even cruel comments about what I say. That is just how the world is. That is just how people are. There is nothing anyone can do to change that. The most I can do is strive not to be discouraged by it. The derision of others is an obstacle I have to overcome if I am going to say what I have to say. And I must say what I have to say because that is how I see to be God's light into the world. That is how I bear witness to the truth. We are all called to bear witness to the truth. We are all called to be God's light into the world. I absolutely believe that to be true. I also believe that when I strive to answer that call, that is when I find the genuine approval of others. If what I say is grounded in the truth, then when people hear and accept what I say, I have their affirmation and approval not just for a moment, but for all moments. I may not have hordes of online followers or lots of offline friends. I do have the comfort of knowing that most who follow me online or are friends with me offline will continue to do so. If my words are true, then I have assurance that whatever support I get is genuine. If I am truly following God, then all who walk beside me are likewise following God. They are more likely to support what I have to say. They are more likely to encourage me to keep speaking. I absolutely believe that to be true. And that does matter to me. It gives me comfort. And it does encourage me. It keeps me moving forward along the path. My prayer is always that I will keep my focus on God and not be seduced by the world around me. My prayer is always that I will not be discouraged from speaking the truth by the hateful words of others. My prayer is always that I will not weaken or soften anything I say merely to avoid the disapproval of others. My prayer for you is that you also will focus on God and not be seduced by the world. My prayer for you is that you also will not be discouraged from speaking the truth by the hateful words of others. My prayer for you is that you will not weaken or soften anything you say merely to avoid the disapproval of others. If we follow God, then all who walk beside us are likewise following God. They will support what we say. They will encourage what we do. I absolutely believe that to be true. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.